Dr. Cindy Davis Evans with the Cindy Davis Show. My guest today is a former member of the Commodores. He is now Ambassador for Music for Global Change. Welcome back to the show, all the way from London, Grammy-recognized musician, singer, songwriter, Skyler Jett. Hey, Skyler, how are you been? How you been?
I'm feeling blessed with no stress and staying away from the devil's mess.
That's it. I was going to ask you, are you staying away from the devil's mess?
That's that. You got to do that now. Yeah. Wow.
I love it. Man,
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing a lot since the last time we talked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got your own broadcast and everything.
Yeah.
How you been since the last time you were here?
Oh, swamped. Oh my God. Just so much, girl.
What?
A year ago, I had a heart attack and
Wait, a heart attack?
I had a heart attack and then had to have surgery. And then 3 months later, I found out that I had a son that I never knew.
Wow.
I'm
How
going
did
to send
that come
you.
about?
He found me on Ancestry.com.
Where are you now?
I live in England.
Okay.
I'm about 40 minutes out of London, you know.
Oh,
But I travel so much because everything is so close over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could fly to Paris in 35 minutes.
Yeah.
I could fly to Belfast in 35 minutes.
Wow.
I could fly to Portugal in 2 hours. I could fly to Germany in 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
And I work in Africa as well, you know, in Ghana and Rwanda. So it takes me 6 hours. It's a 6 hour flight to Ghana from here. And, you know, I work for my cousin's foundation over there, infrastructure building, you know, cleaning the water and solar. And I mean, Africa just had, and there's so much talent over there. So we're about to open up a label. There's 54.
Really?
Yeah. There's 54 countries in Africa.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to open up labels in 16 of them. Right?
Okay.
So much talent. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a deal for some really talented young brothers that in a refugee over there, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, they was up against it. The rebels came through, killing people in their village, and
What?
you know, yeah. So they had to move out, and
Wow.
but I'm gonna send you something on these brothers. They really cool. And you know, I work in Portugal a lot.
Uh-huh.
I love Portugal. I can move there right now, no problem.
Wow. What's so special about there?
Well, the weather's better than here, sure. But there's so much talent. There's 10 million people in Portugal, and most of the musicians I met, they play 4 or 5 instruments and sing, right?
What?
But there's no real industry there. So I'm going to take, and do some workshops over there, bring in some lawyers and administrators. You know, bring in my friends. That's the, you know, he works for the Grammys and stuff like that. And we're going to open it up over there because it's like it's just so, and the people are just so amazing, right? They don't have wars and stuff, right?
Yeah. Wow.
You know, they ain't pissing people off and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They're about the peace.
Yeah, it's totally about peace, right?
Man. Yeah.
And it's right next door to Spain.
Yeah.
And it's a trip because the prince who took off from Portugal and then Columbus, they're right next to each other. But those 2 countries used to make the best ships in Europe. So when Columbus took off, he went to North America, and the prince of Portugal went to South America. And that's why he taught them the Portuguese language, right?
Ah.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing culture.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. And you know what? They got a dish over there called seafood rice. It's actually gumbo.
Man, I love gumbo. So what do they put in their gumbo?
That's where it came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it came from Portugal.
What?
Right?
Okay. I learned something today.
Yeah. I ordered seafood rice. It came out with crab and shrimp and it was I couldn't believe it. It blew me away, right?
Man, yeah.
But the talent is off the chain.
Yeah.
My friends over there called the Black Mamba, and I go tour with them. Mm-hmm. They're the biggest band in Portugal, and they actually came in third in the Eurovision. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when you look at it, there's 350 million Americans, but there's 960 million Europeans. Now, all this time, our labels, because there's so much talent in the United States, they kind of trickle down to get European acts over here, like the Beatles and Rolling Stone and Sting and all. But what I don't like and what's not fair is I can drive all the way through Europe and hear all the American music that I want.
Yeah.
So I used to have a radio show when I lived in the States, and I would bring on at least one European act a month. So I brought on this sister. She was half Nigerian and half Swiss. I work in Switzerland a lot too. And so the trippy thing is, we wrote this song called Nigeria because she was from Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And I sang it in Rwanda. Mm. I changed the title from Nigeria to Rwanda. And the most beautiful thing ever happened to me in my life is like, I went on stage. A buddy of mine is a professor at the Berklee College of Music. Yeah. He sings with Bobby McFerrin, right? Mm-hmm. And he's a bass singer, the most incredible bass singer you ever heard. So he works in Rwanda a lot, and he got them to send me over there, and I headline, Yeah. And so when I got off stage, the press had rushed me. And remember, I changed the name to Rwanda instead of Nigeria. So brother, can you say, hey, brother, did you write that for my country, man? Did you write that for my country? God bless you, man. We get all these people coming over from America, their pants all hanging down and cussing people out and denigrating women and stuff like that. Yeah. Here you are. Your lyrics are trying to help us, brother. That made me feel, I can't tell you.
See, you're making a difference and don't even realize how you're being used to just really make a great difference in these people's lives. I think that's wonderful, Skyler.
Well, my lyrics are about healing, education, and solving problems. Mm-hmm. They're not about me.
Yeah. You're about the people.
Well, I'm about giving back and how can we help each other, right?
Yeah.
I watched the young kids. For me, like I've been here 9 years. I ain't heard one gunshot.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
You can't have a gun here. You have to have a permit to go hunting, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. We need that.
It's insane.
It is. It's insane.
In London, all the street lights and all the signal lights are on solar.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And
see that? So, that saves.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? Just Las Vegas alone. Mm-hmm. And Texas and Florida and California could power the whole country.
On solar
and wind and power, right?
Yeah.
I write about the environment too, and so and how we can help each other. So I just had a dear friend on my show,
right?
And he's starting this thing called Africa Food, right? Mm-hmm. And so what I'm going to do with him is when I start doing my festivals, Music for Global Change festivals, I'm going to take $2 out of everybody's, ticket, and I'm going to help feed Africa too.
Wow. That's right? Great. That's great.
That's what I plan to do. So if I can get everybody doing concerts and just take $2 off the ticket.
Yeah.
We can feed people all over the world.
Together.
Stop waiting on the government, right? You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's great.
Then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go around to all the Rotary clubs
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like 70 plus and up, right?
Oh yeah.
Now imagine Harriet might still have Harry's saxophone sitting in the closet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Harry,
you can probably can donate that and make some money off of that.
donate? Yes, can you
donate
to me
and make a contribution?
and I'll give it to a single parent that has a talented kid.
Oh, okay.
And you can't afford the instrument. And I'll do these drives. I'll do these drives and have people bring the instruments to my concerts, and then I'll look for single parent moms or whatever, and they got a talented kid, but they can't buy the instrument, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other thing is I'm going to have shoe drives at my concert. So let me ask you something.
I love it.
How many shoes you got in your closet?
Oh man. Oh man, at least I can't even count. Well, I can't count, because what I do is I do give my I just gave 20 pairs of shoes away yesterday, as a matter of fact, now that you bring it up. So that brings me down to about 40 pair.
40 pair. Yeah, see, and I'm looking at people that got all these shoes, they don't wear them.
Yeah.
They're just hoarding them, right?
That's right. That's right. So, that's absolutely right.
You bring to my concerts, you bring a pair of shoes, you get $10 off your ticket.
Yeah. Wow.
And I can send it to different countries where people ain't got no shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Wow. That's
I'm helping Africa food.
Feeding.
Having shoe drives at my concerts. I'm having instrument drives at my concerts. Imagine how many concerts there are in a year.
Wow.
We can help.
As many as you need.
We can help.
How many? So tell me about your tour. How many concerts do you have planned for this year or next year?
I'm waiting on some funding now, and I'm going to throw about 5 concerts a year.
Okay, great.
But when you play at my concerts, you have to do social conscious music.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Social. Your genre of music, what do you consider your genre of music is, as far as
it's social conscious music?
Yeah.
But my kind of social conscious is not so much about issues. I used to write about issues.
Okay.
This is going to be positive music.
Okay.
People are tired of bad news. Let's give them some good news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't be cussing. Can't be talking about yourself.
Yeah.
It's about how can we help each other.
Yeah, I love that. I love that concept. So, tell us about what your show is about. It's Music for Global Change broadcast.
Yeah, that's my TV show.
Okay.
And what I love about it is because, I'm creating the genre. There's always been people writing social conscious music.
Yeah.
But there was no way to make no money off of it, right? There's no industry for it. And so I'm creating the industry for social conscious music, for positive music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spread the love kind of thing. But I mean, my heroes were like Nina Simone and Marvin Gaye, you know what I mean? John Lennon,
yeah.
Bob Marley.
All the classics, yeah.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder. There's all these people that were writing tunes back when the Vietnam War was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got young people listening to your show, I love them see the movie Woodstock, right?
Yeah.
Well, people would do these acts would do some of their songs, but they'd also do a song about stopping the war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was actually the young people that stopped the war, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm trying to bring awareness to racism, how stupid it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of my grandparents were interracial couples, and we talking in the 20s when they couldn't be seen together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were married over 60 years. So you can't tell me white people and black people can't get together, can't live together. My grandparents did it, even though they had to go hide to be together, right?
Yeah. Wow, that is some story right there in itself.
It's the truth, right?
Yeah.
So in America, there are 8 million interracial couples. Right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. 8 million. Wait a minute. One of them was the president.
Of course.
Obama.
Yeah. Yeah. His parents were. Yeah.
So how can you tell me we can't get along?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We can. We can make a difference if we all come together.
Yes. I've written about women's empowerment, cancer survivors, the environment, right? We can use music to change things,
Because music brings people together. It really does.
It's the number one language in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never been to a country, and I've been to 36 countries. I've never been to one of them that didn't have music.
Yeah.
And different instruments, right? The kids in the United States don't get to see all the different instruments around the world. And so we have the internet now. You know what I mean? It's free. And we can change lives. What I'm doing now is really cool too, because since I've been on so many records, I'm introducing singers from the States to music producers in the United States and vice versa.
Yeah.
Now, it's like what we're doing right now, like I want to have you on my show, and I will, right?
Okay.
So you get to introduce me to your friends. These are people I never would have met.
Yeah, absolutely.
And vice versa, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. That's what it's about. One at a time.
It's easy. It's easier. We make it hard, right?
No, thank you. I say that all the time. We're the ones that makes it hard. It's really easy. It's really easy to love.
Life is easy. You know what I mean? But I did some research before I started trying to do this new genre of social conscious music, which it's not new. You know what I mean? People have been doing it for a long time, but there's never been an industry for it or a platform. Right?
Yeah.
So when I did some research, there's over 5 billion love songs. Over 5 billion love songs.
Wow.
Do we really need another love song?
Well,
no.
Paul McCartney asked, do we need another love song?
But I'm just saying.
Ask the question, but yeah, I mean, love is what makes the world go round.
That is true. I'm just saying, it's been said every kind. If you got 5 billion of them, what hasn't been said about it? You can go find a love song about anything that you imagine as a love song. I'm in love, or somebody hurt my feelings because of love, or that's all out there, right?
Yeah, that's a sad love song. We're talking about real love songs.
Okay, but wait a minute, hold on. Like I said, everything has been said already.
Yeah. It has. I think that what you're doing is it comes from the heart of love.
That's true. So I looked up social conscious songs, right? There's 192 million social conscious songs that's been published, but it's never been a platform. So it's a trip. I ask people on my show, and I go, "Do you write social conscious music?" "Oh yeah, Scott, I've written a couple of them." And I know why you only written a couple songs, because where you gonna sell them?
Yeah, it's not a market for it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm creating with my concerts, with my platforms, and those are these might be social conscious artists. Like Lenny Williams came on my show, and I asked him. He said, "Yeah, I did a social conscious record, but it didn't go anywhere." And I'm like, I know why.
Yeah, it's not a market for it.
That's what I'm creating, the market.
But you are
radio
creating
shows.
the market.
Yes.
And making people aware of the issues.
Yeah, I did issue songs for a long time, but I got into positive music, and it feels better, right? You know what I mean? Life ain't all bad.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? Let's talk. Like, let's give bad news some competition.
There you go. Let's give bad news, because the bad news is everywhere. You turn on the news, and it's just bad news. It's bad news. The bad news bears. It's everywhere. Everywhere.
And yet, every day, somebody's doing something beautiful for somebody else, and they don't get credit for it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean? Yeah, that's true. It's like people want to hear, or they gravitate towards the negative. People gravitate by nature.
Because that's all they're showing them. That's right.
And they feed on that. People feed on that for some reason.
When you come home after work and turn on the news, it's not good news.
No, it's not good. No, that's right. It's called the news. And they have one little slither of a segment of maybe something good that somebody's doing in the community.
Yeah. What was that dude?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
William Randolph Hearst. He said, if it bleeds, it leads. See, that's what you see in the newspapers?
It bleeds, it leads. Absolutely. Yeah. That's where they get their bread and butter, is off bad news.
And then at the end of the show, they'll say something nice, Yeah. This guy walked the old lady across the street. you know what I mean? They wait till the end of the show to say something.
At the very end, I got a little slither of a. Oh, we have a ray of sunshine today, and a little, a man crossed a little old lady across the street.
See?
It's madness.
I just wrote a song that I'm about to do a video to. It's called "Nobody Knows Their Name," and what I mean by that is I'm talking about people that are angels. They're earth angels, right? Say your car turns over, it's about to catch fire. It's that one person goes to grab you and pull you out of your car, and then they walk off. You never knew their name. Wow. Say you at a restaurant, and you see your bus coming, and you get up and jump and run to go get on the bus, and then somebody sitting in the nuts, go grab your purse and then bring it to the bus and give it to you when the door's about to close. You never knew their name. Yeah.
Unsung heroes, angels,
earth angels. That's what I call them.
I've heard of stories like that happening before too. Angel just pulled you right out of a burning car. You don't know who it was. I've heard
in every country. There's some really good-hearted people, and they don't get credit. So that's what I'm doing with this song. Nobody knows their name. You know what I mean? We're going to give those people credit that will go the extra mile to try to help another human being out. Right?
That's a blessing. Yeah. That's a blessing. We need that, man.
Yeah.
We need that. We need more people that's willing to put themselves on the line and not think about just the money, all the time. You got to make a living, but at the same time, when you do good comes back to you. You will be rewarded.
Exactly. My homeless song's called "This Is a Calling," right? And I played it for a friend of mine, and he got up out of his chair. I lived out in the country. He got up out of his chair. He said, "I'll be back, Skyler." And where you going? I'll be right back. Yeah. He drove all the way 5 miles to get downtown to get this homeless guy $50, and then he came back to the house.
Wow.
That's what that song did to that brother, right?
Wow. That's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. I love it. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Speaking of music and everything, I don't even have to ask you how you feel about the music of today.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't listen to the radio.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. How were you inspired to do global change, music for global change? What inspired you? Because you came from secular music. Pretty much you were with the Commodores.
Yeah.
You took over for Lionel Richie for their tours,
Hmm.
and so from there, what changed? How did you begin to evolve?
I was living in Alabama, and when I was with the Commodores, and the bass player and I were working on some songs for one of the records, and he said, Skyler, why don't we do a tune and give the money away to single parents that would try to like to get their kid in college here in Alabama.
Yeah.
I said, let's go. And we wrote a tune, right?
Mhm.
And at this time when we wrote the tune, George Wallace, one of the most racist governors ever,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
We had to go to the governor's office and get in front of him. And we said, listen, we're going to give this money. It's going to help you with your campaign. He had two black guys doing this, right?
Yeah.
And what we want you to do is put it on every radio station at the same time. It was like over 300 radio stations.
Really?
And we put it on the radio stations. Every one of them, it came on all at the same time. Then we went on TV to perform it. The next day I'm leaving, going back to Hollywood where I was living at. And I get on the plane and I walked on the plane and I went to turn right into my seat. And I see Alex Haley sitting there from Roots, right?
Yeah.
And I went all the way back to my chair. And all of a sudden, it gave me a standing ovation.
Really?
They said, we saw you on TV last night. Thank you for giving that money to our state, to the families to help their kids. And when I saw that, I go, wow, we can do that?
Oh.
We can use music to help people?
Oh.
So I've been doing this since 1984.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. So that's how that began. I love it.
Well, you know what the crazy thing is? Alex Haley had them bring me up to sit next to him in first class.
You know what? Speaking of Alex Haley, he was the very first celebrity I ever met. I was in the 7th grade, and
Yeah.
he came to our school. And I thought that was just so remarkable. So remarkable that we have that in common, at least. Yeah.
And he's a sweetheart man. You know what I mean?
He is.
Yeah.
He really was. Yeah.
So I got to sit with him all the way from Montgomery, Alabama to
That's amazing.
Hollywood to LAX, right? So,
Mhm.
you know, but when I saw that we can help people like that,
Yes.
then I said, okay, this is how we need to be helping people. We can take just a little bit of our money
Mm-hmm.
and help. So when I first started Music for Global Change, I started it because I wanted to give it to foundations.
Yeah.
Let them use it. You guys pay me $3 on the song, and then you can raise as much money as you want on it to help keep your doors open, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what if we got 1 million musicians to do that?
Wow. Wow. That would really make a difference.
Oh yeah,
You know?
it's gonna give
Think about it.
5% of your money from your concert.
Yeah.
Each
That's
one. I
amazing.
ain't even talking about the real famous ones that got money. They need tax write-offs anyway. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But if we just gave a little bit away,
yeah.
you know, and help keep the foundations open, ones that's helping people.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. You've done some of that work with the telethons and too, like the Lou Rawls telethons and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Man, what was that experience like working with Lou Rawls?
Well, we did a show over the weekend for the United Negro College Fund.
Yeah, yeah,
And the first night we played with all the biggest gospel acts, right? You
yeah.
know, Shirley Caesar and Yolanda Adams and
Mm-hmm.
all of them. We played the first night. And then the next night I played with all the big, R&B acts.
Yeah.
So, but wait a minute. So Patty Austin is a dear friend of mine. And
Mm-hmm.
I was playing basketball and I was in San Francisco playing basketball.
Yeah.
And Patty calls me up. She said, how come you're not at my dinner, my birthday dinner? I say, Patty, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I forgot it's your birthday and stuff like that. And she goes, you better get over here right now. And they was at this fancy hotel up in the, and I got a basketball suit on. I'm sweaty, right? Yeah. She said, you better come over here, Skyler. So I get there, and, there was another brother there, and wow, he saw me, and he said, check it out, man. Patty told me, he's that Skyler? When I walked in, right? He said, man, I know all the records you've been on, and I'm going, oh my God, this is crazy, right? So he said, check it out. I got $5,000, man. I need you to come down to LA and sing some background on some of these tunes. It's about 27 tunes we're doing over 2 days. And, I said, all right. So I learned the tunes and I get there. And as soon as I get off the plane, we went to this big warehouse, where they rehearsing and all that. Now, he had sent me Stevie Wonder, the OJs, everybody. He sent me all these people. And I'm thinking, okay, some singer is going to be playing, singing this, can't be the real person because I'd have charged him some more money, So anyway, now I see all these stars coming out. I'm the only male singer, with 3 girls, right?
Yeah.
And so it's almost Stevie Wonder's time. And I'm going, oh, hell no. Yeah, I know I ain't singing with Stevie Wonder. Y'all can come get me now. I'm done. Right? So we at the Kodak Theater, and Stevie didn't come from backstage like everybody else did. He came from the front of the building, and he's walking down, and it were about 27 people around him, right? And I'm going, damn, Stevie taller than I thought he was, So he comes up on the stage, and they had the piano out there, and he gets on the piano. The first thing he started playing, warming up on, was Bach.
Oh, what?
He started warming up on classical music. Yeah. I'm thinking, he about to
do some. He warming up on Bach.
He's doing Bach, and so stage left, the curtains open, and it's Eddie from the OJs. Eddie Levert. And he's walking in backwards, and he got a towel on his neck, and he's talking to his manager, and Stevie stops playing. Boom. He said, Eddie goes,
how did he know that was Eddie?
Well, hold on, God, I'm trying to get to this thing. So he said, Eddie said, hey, Stevie, what's happening? Stevie went back to playing Bach while asking him, how's the family and the grandkids? Everybody good? He playing Bach. Wow.
Why he's that? Holding the conversation,
playing Bach, talking to Eddie. That's when I knew it was over. I ain't nowhere in the world, right? But,
Man, that's some story there, man. I love it. Those memories you take with you that's just like, is that one of your memorable moments out of your whole career?
I mean, I never knew the Titanic was going to be that big, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because when my buddy called me up, I'm a Raider.
Titanic, yeah, okay.
I'm a Raider fan. And I told my buddies, and I've done all kind of records with him. I mean, Tom Jones and Barbra Streisand. I've done all these records with him. And so he called me on, I said, don't ever call me on Sunday, man. I'm watching my Raiders. We're going to have a fight. Okay? So he called me. I said, dude, I told you. He said, no, get over here right now, Skyler.
Yeah.
I said, what's going on? I can't tell you. You have to get over here. And I get there, and 4 other singers, my friends, were there. And we're all looking at each other like, why are we here? What's going on? I can be so secret. Hush, hush.
Yeah.
He said, come on in the control room. I get in there, and he said, close the door. And he goes, listen, man, they trying to do this movie Titanic again. That's just how he said it.
Yeah.
Again. They trying to do it again, right? So then he plays the song. He said Celine is singing on it, and Will Jennings and James Horner wrote this tune. Now, James Cameron, the director of the film, he really doesn't like vocals he didn't like vocals in his movies, right? But they wanted to try it on him.
Okay.
They just want to try it on him, right?
Yeah.
So we went in, we started putting backgrounds down around Celine and stuff like that. There was no backgrounds. We didn't put it on. He said, see, what they did was they called Celine over because, they had her sing it. Then they was gonna try it on James Cameron just to see if he liked it.
Yeah.
He not only loved it, he said, I'm gonna make this the cornerstone of my movie. So as you can see, he weaves that song all the way through the movie, right? Mm-hmm. And so Celine goes, wow, I'm doing my album right now. Do you guys mind if I put that on my album? Mm-hmm. And Cameron goes, why not? Mm-hmm. So that's when she called my friend, because she said, I want to put backgrounds on mine though. Yeah. So I'm not singing on the one that's on the movie. There's no backgrounds on that one. Mm-hmm. I'm singing on the one that's on her album. And I'm going to show you something that's never happened in the history of music. So the tune went to number 1 on the charts, right? Celine's came out and it started going up the charts like this. Mm. And at one time, this has never happened before. At one time, it was number 1 and number 2 on the charts. The same song. That's never happened before, right? Amazing. So then it flipped. Hers became the number 1, went to number 1. Now, shoot, I started getting checks from the Grammys and the Oscars and, the American Music Awards. I've started, Oprah Winfrey. I've started to get these checks, right? And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. You know what I mean? So then, the Grammys called me. They said, are you Skyler Jett? I said, I am. They said, well, we're going to send you a Grammy. And we don't normally do this for background singers, but you were on the record of the year.
Wow.
Right? And so, what's your address? I'm like, I couldn't even get it out.
Get it out fast enough.
Right? And so, I didn't want to make no mistakes, so I said, send it to my post office box. I don't want it to get messed up in the mail, that kind of stuff. And I was going to my post office box like every hour.
Checking on them checks, man.
And that Grammy came, girl, and I was like, whoa. I sang on the record of the year. Wow. And it was on all these TV shows, and I'm getting these checks, right? Do you know Celine just sang on the record? She made $52 million that year.
Good grief. Wow.
She just sang on it, right? Yeah. Now they build her this big theater in Las Vegas, you know what I mean? Oh, that song is playing where people is walking in, Yeah. And I'm like, if she made 52 million, imagine what James Horner and Will Jennings made. They're the writers. You'll never have to work one song. You'll never have to work again.
Wow, man. Woo!
So I went.
That must be nice.
I went writing crazy after that.
I heard that.
I wrote for Eddie Murphy. Wrote a tune for Eddie Murphy. Wrote a tune for Tevin Campbell. I was going crazy.
What song did you write for Tevin Campbell?
Called Little Brother.
Oh, Little Brother.
Called Little Brother.
I'm gonna have to listen to that. I don't think I heard. I may have heard it and didn't realize. It's been a while, so.
Well,
wow,
yeah.
Man, you've had some ride though, Skyler.
You know what? Because Tevin was like 15 then, right?
Yeah.
Quincy Jones brought him to Narda's studio, and Quincy had his kids with him. It's gotta meet Quincy, and this is Tevin Campbell. He's a new artist, and all that stuff like that. Well, Narda's. So you're in the studio here. There was all these rooms on top of the kitchen, and we had one of them up there. You know what I mean? We had one of the rooms up there where we were writing at, me and my buddy. And it was bumping, right? Like they downstairs, they like, what is that? And I said, man, come on in my room, come on in my office, right? He had prepared some songs for Tevin. So he gets in there, and Tevin's listening to these songs, but he really ain't feeling a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
So he acts like he gonna go to the bathroom, and he came upstairs with us.
Yeah.
And I tell my buddy Mike Money, hey man, that's Tevin Campbell. I just met him downstairs, and Tevin's like, what's that song? And I started singing Little Brother. He said, I love it. So now he's up there singing with me, Little Brother, right? And so Quincy and Narda downstairs, right? They're going, what happened to Kevin? Tevin, he went to the bathroom. And they came upstairs, and Tevin goes, I want this song, Quincy. And that's how my song got on the record.
You know, you seem to be at the right place at the right time all the time.
Oh my God.
Oh man, you are blessed.
Well, you know what I mean? Same thing.
That's wild.
Same thing for Al Jarreau, right? I was singing at this club, and I took off. I live about 30 miles from there, so I took off, and you know, just before you get on the bridge to go over to the other side, there's a big prison there, San Quentin prison, right? Yeah. But I see Narda's office over here. The lights is on over there, so I pulled off. And it's about 1:30 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to. Narda go, hey, Skyler, what you doing, man? Come on in. I'm talking to Al Jarreau right now. Right? I say, oh, really? Yeah. Al, this is one of my singers. This is Skyler Jett, right? And hey, man, how you doing, right? So they got off the phone, and Narda go, hey, man, can you stick around a couple more hours? It's already like 2 then, right? Yeah. And I said, okay. He said, just come sing some melodies and stuff like that. Let's go to the piano. We're the only ones in the studio. Yeah. He said, Al's coming up tomorrow, Skyler. He's going to come up and listen to these songs. I said, all right. Man, I sang them melodies, and then I went home and started writing lyrics, right?
Yeah.
I came back the next day.
Yeah.
Al Jarreau took 4 of those songs.
Name them. A couple of them. What's a couple of them?
Blue Angel was one of them. It's Not Hard to Love You. Right? And Love of My Life. And there was one more I wrote a piece of, right?
Yeah.
But you know, he got a Grammy that year.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It's Not Hard to Love You. You know, Blue Angel, you know, you can look them up.
I think you make more money as a writer, is that correct? More
that's extreme. Listen. Those are the people that make the money.
The writers.
Because you created the content.
Yeah. It makes sense. Yeah.
Everybody else is just an employee. You know,
yeah.
You playing on the song or you singing on the song, you'll never make as much as the writers, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I used to date one of the girls in En Vogue, right?
Oh, really? Which one?
Maxine.
Okay.
Just like a month or 2 months, whatever it was. But the trippy thing is the guys, Denny and Tommy, they were writing all the music for them, right? Mm-hmm. So the girls was out jumping around on stage and, you know, stars and stuff like that. Yeah. But Denny and Tommy, they sitting home with the clicker watching TV with their family, making 5 times the money the girls was making, right? So that's what broke them up, because the girls say, hey, why don't you let us write with you? Can we write with you guys? And they said, we'll get to that. And they never got to it.
Oh, yeah.
And they got tired of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the writers are the one that make the money.
They make the money. If you could perform with anybody, and you perform with just about everybody and anybody, but at this point in your life, if you could have a bucket list, if you had a bucket list that you could perform with anybody, who would it be?
Well, I sang with Sting before, but I'd love to sing on it, you know.
With Sting. Oh man, Sting.
I sang Tom Jones, and you know, that's a lot of people, you know, Neil Sedaka and all kind of. There's so many big artists that I sang with. You know, Barbra Streisand was amazing. I got all these gold and platinum albums from icons, you know. But in 2007, I teamed up with Sly Stone's sister, and I helped bring Sly Stone back to the stage for 13 gigs. It took me 7 years to do it, but I did it, you know, and then I took him on tour in Europe, and you know, me and his sister put this thing. Now we got a book out right now, you know, Blood is thicker than the mud, right? That's the
Oh,
name.
yeah.
That's the name of
Is
the
it
book.
autobiography or
Well,
biography?
it's about their family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know they were the Stewart family first. They sang gospel music first, right?
They sang
But
gospel music first.
and nobody would believe that I could do it. They was like, man, that ain't gonna happen. Well, I've been on stage with him 13 times, and
Yeah, it happened.
I got the gigs 13 times. You know what I mean? Help put the band together for it. So, but Patty Austin is my dearest friend,
That's a blessing.
She's like my big sister. And so, and I was touring with her, and it's just really, really wonderful, But
You recently got an award for what was it? Global Life? Let me see what your award was. You were honored with the World Equal Lifetime Achievement Award.
World Equal, and this is in Belfast. I got the award at the Belfast Castle.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
Yeah, and now I'm a partner and a part owner of World Equal magazine. You guys can look that up, right?
Okay.
And it's wonderful to get awards. I mean, like, to get noticed for some stuff that you do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I have no ego whatsoever. Like because I met Ray Charles when I was 21 years old. Mm-hmm. That was the year that my son came along.
Yeah.
I was living in Winnipeg, Manitoba, up in Canada, and I was playing a nightclub at a hotel for like 6 nights a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And pretty white place where I was at, right? But everybody was wearing mink coats over their suits and all that kind of, like, and here I am, a young 20-year-old kid walking around the hotel with tennis shoes on, and they all looking at me like, how the hell you get in here? Kind of thing. Well, I ain't seen no black people in a long time when I was up there, right? Although they had 2 modeling agencies on both sides of the hotel. Uh-huh. So it was all these amazing looking women every day, So the concierge would tell the girls, come to the club. So it's always packed with beautiful women where I was playing at. Yeah. So one day I went down to get a paper from the concierge, and I see this bus drive up and all these black people getting off the bus. I was more excited than the Pointer Sisters. And you know how excited they were, right?
They were so excited that they just couldn't hide it.
You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, they all getting off the bus, and I see instruments. I say, man, what you got? I was so happy. What? Cause I ain't seen no black people in a while, right? Man, what you guys doing here, man?
Black people, right? Black people.
I was excited. So next thing you know, I hook up with one of the guys, and his job was to walk Ray Charles out to the piano. He holds onto his arm.
Yeah.
Takes him to the piano, takes him to his room. He takes him to eat, And I said, check it out, guys. I know all the girls. Yeah. I know all the girls. Come back tonight after your gig. So the gig was at 8:00. They were back by 11. And they all came in. And these girls just went nuts, right? Oh, the bands and all these black guys, it was amazing, right? So the guys started buying champagne, sending it around to the girls' table. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. And so we getting along just fine. So then, it closes down at 2:00, and people mingling out and stuff like that. And the guy who, hey man, thanks Skyler for hooking us up. And, the bartender was giving us drinks, and man, you thanks Skyler, right? And I'm playing with an all-white band, right?
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, I say, man, had a great time with you guys. I got to sing tomorrow, so I'm going back to my room. Yeah. And this brother goes, hey man, you want to meet Ray? I'm like, what? What kind of trick question is that? Right?
You thought you were being punked.
You know what I'm saying? So then he takes me to Ray's room.
Yeah.
And we walk in. And he said, hey, Ray, this is my new buddy, Skyler, man. He's playing downstairs. He said, yeah, I can hear you guys. Y'all pretty good. right?
Yeah.
And so he's over in the corner sitting like this, and he rocking and stuff, you know what I mean? So I say, Ray, I want to be a star. Can I go out with you guys? I can see some background? I was excited, right? And Ray said, calm down, young man. Right? He said, listen, I've been in this business for 33 years, and I'm still learning. When he said that to me, I never had an ego from that point on.
Wow. Yeah, if he can say he's still learning.
He already been in the business for 33 years.
He's been in the business of, and a legend.
Yeah, and I'm still learning, right?
Yeah.
So I never had an ego after that. You know, I'll never do that to people. I'll tell you this last coolest thing though. So when I was with Sly and we was rehearsing, you know, Sly hadn't been to our rehearsals yet. And we've been rehearsing, we doing a 90-minute set.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the music just kept going. It, you know, never stopped. So we find out today, Vet, that's Sly's sister. She gonna bring him to the rehearsal.
Yeah.
So he comes to the rehearsal, and we all like, whoa, that's Sly, man. We like, you know, right? And so he said, go ahead and kick it off. Let me hear what y'all doing, right? So we kicked off the tunes, but we were playing too fast because we was like so excited, right? And he stopped us after the second song. He said, slow down. It's Sly Stone talking to us, right? He said, check, first of all, y'all got to slow that stuff down.
Yeah.
He said, funk is in the holes. It's in the holes.
In the hose.
It's in the holes.
Oh, it's in the holes. Yeah.
It had pockets to it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, he said, I want all you guys to go stand on the wall, put your backs on the wall, and close your eyes. And I'm like, this is the weirdest request I've ever had. Right? So he said, if you ever notice, when Ray Charles is playing, the funk is in his left foot. And I'm thinking to myself, here we are studying you, and you studying Ray.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, I got stories. I got way too many stories. You know, I've been out
He's
here.
He's studying the foot, and you out up there going to college, and you know. No,
yeah. Whatever Ray's foot going. That's where the funk is at. He's saying, right?
Yeah.
I learned so much in this business. You know, 57 years of service. You know.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Skyler. Man, I love to hear your stories. But I know our time has run its course.
Okay.
And man, you know, I mean, we can go on and on. I have to have you back one of these days.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, and I'm gonna have you on my show too.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. And I just want to say thank you so much for sharing all of your experiences with us. And it's just been such a blessing. Just keep doing what you're doing, and God bless you.
Oh, thank you so much, sister. Namaste.
Now,
Namaste. Do that with me. Namaste.
what does that mean?
Peace to you.
Peace. Oh, peace to you. Peace to
namaste.
you. Peace and love.
Yes.
God bless you.
Yeah.
All righty then.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And thank you for watching the Cindy Davis Show. Until next time, God bless.